Hey there, it's Candace Chure, and it's always an honor to be here with the MoodWellth community. For today's talk, I want to share about the power of redefining success and redefining ourselves. There's a quote by Audre Lorde that says, "If I didn't define myself for myself, I would be crunched into other people's fantasies for me and eaten alive." There was a time in my life where the definitions that society, school, church, and my family prescribed to me really crunched me into a fantasy of what I believed would give me worth and value. I had an idea of what I thought I was supposed to look like, how I was supposed to talk, what success was supposed to mean as a Black woman. Along the way, I never paused to ask myself, does this definition of success or does this definition of living actually work for me? In our society, especially for those of us who live in Black and melanated bodies, we have a tendency to accept what has been defined for us because it helps us stay safe and connected to community, even if those definitions are destroying our mental and emotional well-being. Along our journey, it can be hard to even separate what's ours and what's someone else's. Have you ever adopted other people's definition of success, even if it didn't work for you? If so, you're not alone. One way that I'm learning to own my power and reclaim my power in a society that is structured to strip power from melanated women and those living in Black and brown bodies is to redefine a variety of things for myself. The thing with redefining anything is that it involves a process of grief and loss. There are certain definitions that we hold on to about ourselves or about the world or even about our faith because it's familiar and it is keeping us connected to our families, to our churches, or just to the status quo. Redefining success in particular means that we have to grieve the loss of what we believe success meant, or the only way we were told success could look. Yet when a certain definition is causing harm to our own mental and emotional well-being and or the well-being of those we say we love, it's worth pausing and asking ourselves, is there a healthier way for me to define this? Or can I give myself permission to allow this definition to evolve? One thing I want to share today is around redefining success. Traditionally in our society, success is defined and measured by experiencing a certain outcome, getting to a particular destination, following a set amount of rules, or receiving outward validation. This doesn't mean that these definitions are wrong or that we can't make space for them, but if this is the only way we define success, and we believe this is the only right way to achieve success, we will stay on the treadmill of perfectionism. So what are other ways that we can define and celebrate success in our lives? Well, I believe success can be defined as progress. Are you able to see the areas of your life where you're making progress? Those small wins that maybe other people don't see but are huge for you, like getting started on something that you've been putting off, or setting a really painful boundary for your mental and emotional well-being. Success can also be defined as doing hard and scary things, like starting a business, or going on a date after a divorce, or asking for help in an area you've tried to just figure out on your own for years. Success can be defined as healing, just taking steps to heal the wounds and to change unhealthy patterns that no longer help you or that are harming those around you. Success could also be defined as finding your voice, speaking up for yourself in a new way, speaking out about an issue in society that you're really concerned about, or just giving yourself permission to change. I believe that when new information enters our experience, we have a right to change our minds. There may be things that we've always done a certain way, and then we get new information. We see this all the time when it comes to healthy eating. Sometimes we get new information and then we say, okay, I'm going to make a change in my life. I think this happens too with relationships, and especially beliefs and core beliefs that we have held on to, or just things we were taught. I'm wondering, have you ever stopped and just asked yourself, how do I define success? How do I want to define success? How do I want success to feel in my body? No one can define success for you but you. And it's okay for us to all have different definitions of success. It's okay for our definitions to evolve and change over time when needed. I believe each day is filled with success. We just have to look for it. There is success in our everyday living, even if it's small. For some of us who are moving through seasons of depression and grief, success is just getting up and doing the next right thing for you. Success can be exploration and allowing yourself to try things that you normally wouldn't before. What are all the ways that you can view success? If you're like me and you were taught that success is rooted in outcomes, destinations, or external validation, I invite you to give yourself permission to expand that definition of success. One that feels more sustainable to you. Remember, you are enough, you are doing enough, and you can rest. Until next time.